Good morning, dear students. Before we begin with our remaining part of the lesson, let's revise the previous part of this lesson. There are four spheres of the earth. They are lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and the biosphere. About one third of the surface of the earth consists of land. A vast continuous stretch of land is called a continent. The land on the earth is divided into 7 continents. They are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, and Australia. Asia is the largest continent and Australia is the smallest continent. About two-thirds of the earth's surface is covered with water. Most of this water is in the ocean. There are 5 oceans on the earth. They are the Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, the Southern Ocean, and the Indian Ocean. There are fresh water streams are also available on the land. The water or ice that occupies the earth's surface, groundwater, and the water vapor in the atmosphere together form the earth's hydrosphere. Now, let's learn about the atmosphere on the earth. The envelope of air around the earth is called the atmosphere. It means our earth is surrounded by air from all sides. As we go higher from the surface of the earth, the air in the atmosphere becomes rare. The air consists of a mixture of gases. They are nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. Some other gases are also there in the air in very small quantities. The layers of the atmosphere are named as the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere. The layer that extends from the Earth's surface to a height of about 13 km is called the troposphere. As we all know that the Earth receives heat and light from the sun. Hence, the air nearest the surface is the hottest. As we go higher in the troposphere, it becomes cooler. Almost all the water vapor in the atmosphere is contained in the troposphere. Therefore, all weather-related phenomena such as formation of clouds, rain, fog, winds, and storms take place in the troposphere. The air on high mountains is rare than the air near the Earth's surface. Aeroplanes fly in the higher parts of the troposphere. There, the air is very rare. Therefore, arrangements have to be made to ensure that passengers get enough air for breathing. Beyond the troposphere, up to a height of about 50 kilometers from the earth is the layer called the stratosphere. In the lower part of the stratosphere, there is a layer of a gas called ozone. Ultraviolet rays means harmful rays coming from the sun are harmful for living things, but the ozone layer absorbs them and protects the living world from those rays. How does it rain? Water on the earth evaporates continuously due to the heat of the sun. Water that has percolated means absorbed in the soil, also evaporates due to the heat and enters the atmosphere. As water vapor is lighter than air, it rises high up into the atmosphere. As it goes higher, it cools and condenses, forming very fine droplets of water. The droplets are so small and light that they float in the atmosphere, forming clouds. These small droplets join together and form bigger drops which are heavy. They cannot float. Such drops of water fall down on the earth in the form of rain. The rainwater flows into rills, streams, rivers, and finally into the sea. Ice in the snow covered regions also melts due to the heat of the sun to finally flow into rivers. The processes of evaporation, condensation, and rainfall go on in a continuous cycle. This is known as the water cycle in nature.
Around the earth is called the atmosphere. As we go higher from the surface of the earth, the air in the atmosphere becomes rarer. The atmosphere consists of a mixture of gases, namely nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor, and carbon dioxide. There are some other gases too in the air in very small quantities. The layers of the atmosphere are the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere. The layer that extends from the Earth's surface to a height of about 13 kilometers is called the troposphere. The conditions in the troposphere change continuously. This affects the living world to a great extent. The surface of the Earth gets heated due to the heat it receives from the sun. Hence, the air nearest the surface is the hottest. As we go higher in the troposphere, it becomes cooler. Almost all the water vapor in the atmosphere is contained in the troposphere. That is why all weather-related phenomena such as formation of clouds, rain, fog, winds, and storm take place in the troposphere. Use your brain power. After the rain on a bright sunny day, what do you see in the troposphere with 7 colorful bands? The rainbow. The air on the high mountains is redder than the air near the Earth's surface. Aeroplanes fly in the higher parts of the troposphere. There, the air is red. Therefore, arrangements have to be made to ensure that passengers get enough air for breathing. Use your brain power. Why do you think the mountaineer is carrying oxygen cylinders while climbing the mountain that is more than 5,000 meters high? Beyond the height of 5,000 meters, the air is red. Thus, mountaineer needs to carry oxygen cylinders. Beyond the troposphere, up to a height of about 50 kilometers from the Earth is the layer called the stratosphere. In the lower part of the stratosphere, there is a layer of a gas called ozone. Ultraviolet rays coming from the sun are harmful for living things, but the ozone layer absorbs them and protects the living world. Water on the earth evaporates continuously due to the heat of the sun. Water that has percolated into the soil also evaporates due to the heat and enters the atmosphere. The process of vapor turning into tiny droplets of water on cooling is called condensation. As water vapor is lighter than air, it rises high up into the atmosphere. As it goes higher, it cools and condenses, forming very fine droplets of water. The droplets are so small and light that they float in the atmosphere, forming clouds. These small droplets join together and form bigger drops which are heavy. They cannot flow. Such drops of water fall down on the earth in the form of rain. This rainwater flows into rills, streams, rivers, and finally into the sea. Ice also melts due to the heat of the sun. This water finally flows into the rivers. These processes of evaporation, condensation, and rainfall go into a continuous cycle. This is known as the water cycle in nature.
Now, let's learn about the biosphere of the earth. There are innumerable kinds of living things on the earth. The various regions of the earth differ in many ways. Some regions are always covered with ice, while others have a hot climate. There are mountains in some places and plains in others. Some places have a lot of rainfall while others are dry deserts. There are salty seas and oceans and also freshwater lakes. The ocean is shallow near the coast, but away from the coastline, the ocean can be several kilometers deep. We see a great variety in the living things that inhabit these different regions. The polar bear is seen only in the snow-bound polar regions. Zebras are found in Africa and kangaroos are found only in Australia. These animals are not found in any other regions. Elephants and lions are found in regions of hot climate. Plants in all these different regions also show a great variety. This variety is characteristic of those different regions. Many different kinds of plants, animals, and microorganisms are found everywhere on the earth, on land, in water, and in the air. Living things exist in the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. They also interact with these spheres. This living world constitutes the biosphere.
There are innumerable kinds of living things on Earth. The various regions of the Earth differ in many ways. Some regions are always covered with ice, while others have a hot climate. There are mountains in some places and plains in others. Some places have a lot of rainfall, while others are dry deserts. There are salty seas and oceans and also freshwater lakes. The ocean is shallow near the coast, but away from the coastline, the ocean can be several kilometers deep. We see great variety in the living things that inhabit these different regions. The polar bear is seen only in the snow-bound polar regions. Zebras are found in Africa and kangaroos are found in Australia. These animals are not found in any other regions. Elephants and lions are found in regions of hot climate. Plants in all these different regions also show a great variety. This variety is characteristic of those different regions. Living things that exist and interact on land, in water and air is called biosphere. Living things exist in the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. They also interact with these spheres. This living world constitutes the biosphere. Plants and microorganisms depend on one another on Earth's surface. They are also dependent on the spheres of the Earth. The biosphere is where they take birth, live and die.
What we have learned today, the earth's crust and a small hard portion of the layer is called the lithosphere. About one-third of the earth's surface is occupied by land, while about two-thirds is covered with water. Surface water, ice on the land, groundwater, and the water vapor present in the air together form the hydrosphere. The envelope of air around the earth is called the atmosphere. The water cycle on the earth goes on continuously. The ozone gas in the stratosphere absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays coming from the sun and protects the living things from them. Living things occupy parts of the lithosphere, hydrosphere, as well as the atmosphere. Living things and all the parts they occupy are together called the biosphere. Dear children, don't forget to complete your notes. Till then, bye.